I feel as though someone listening to this podcast feels suspended between heaven and earth. This person may feel as though at times you're flying high, you feel connected to everything and everyone, and most importantly, yourself, your true soul self. But then at other times, you may feel as though you're backsliding, suddenly seeing the world out of fear, seeing darkness, feeling confused, or trapped in this kind of ego mindset. This is how it often feels when we're switching from the 3D to the 5D. It's like there's a struggle happening between our soul core authentic self, the part of us that has lived many, many lifetimes and will exist eternally, and that other part of us, that human part of us we came here to experience, to enjoy. And yet, that human side of us sometimes tends to take over, to cloud that authentic soul side, to pull us back into fear, doubt, or uncertainty about ourselves or our lives. And I'm saying all of this because I had a dream last night that I feel was very symbolic. I was in this dimly lit cafe, and there were all different kinds of spiritual beings and people, some full of light and love, and others that seemed to be in darkness. And I realized that this cafe was a representation of how it so often feels in our lives. In the world, there's a mix of everything, the worst of everything and the best of everything. And it's all about what we focus on, what we put our energy toward, and what kind of level energetically that we're vibrating on, where our energy is. When we raise our frequency, we change everything about our life experience, even though we're living in the same physical world. And this is essentially what happens when we rise into the fifth dimension. It's not that we're literally being picked up and transplanted into somewhere entirely different. It's that we're experiencing the same world in an entirely different way. And this is because our experience on this planet completely hinges on our vibration. So when we begin to radically raise our frequency, something that happens, especially through a spiritual awakening process, over time, we begin to glimpse a completely different world layered upon the physical world we've always existed within, meaning that we begin to experience greater heights of joy, connection, love, all of those higher states of mind that we came here to experience on this planet, but that so many cut themselves off from. However, ascending into the fifth dimension isn't just something we do once. It doesn't just happen and then it's over. Often we find ourselves vacillating between what feels to be high highs and low lows. The reason for this metaphorical roller coaster of emotions is because when we experience heights of love, connection, and joy, like most people never feel or attain in this life, it causes us to raise our energetic standards in a way. And then even the slightest negative experience, negative emotion feels even worse in contrast. But I feel that if you're connecting with this message, what you need to know today is that if you're on this roller coaster of highs and lows, feeling as though you're vacillating from heights of connection and love to lows of fear and confusion, know that nothing is going wrong here. This is healing in real time, messy, chaotic, beautiful healing. It wasn't meant to be linear. You chose on a soul level for it to be this way, even if at times it's easy to forget that choice. It's easy to forget that all of this is meant for your soul's greatest, most accelerated expansion. And I'm sharing this short message with you here today because I know that along this journey of spiritual awakening that I know you are on as well, because if you listened to this podcast this far, it can only mean that these words are resonating with you. And I feel these words could not resonate with someone who isn't on this path of spiritual awakening. So I hope that through these podcasts, through this platform, I can assist you in reconnecting with your true self, with your most authentic self, and help you to manifest the life you desire and deserve to experience here on this planet. If I do resonate with you, subscribe to this channel, join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Personally, I have found along this spiritual awakening journey, the best way for me to navigate these high highs and low lows, this roller coaster of emotions along this path, is by being conscious of my subconscious, being aware of those parts of myself that exist in the shadows, that we even sometimes refer to as the shadow self. Because along this spiritual awakening journey, all of our shadow self, our unconscious self, is brought to light for the purpose of being seen, being heard, being felt, and being integrated. For this healing work, because we are addressing the subconscious, the unconscious mind, we must speak in a language the subconscious understands. The subconscious is always guarded by the conscious mind that acts like a gatekeeper, which is why there are only a few different kinds of tools and methods we can use to truly reach and make impressions upon the subconscious mind. One of my favorite tools for this deeper level subconscious reprogramming are subliminal affirmations tracks. I became so passionate about subliminals, I've created an online library of over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. Specifically, my favorite subliminal is my 7 chakra clearing. This is one that I meditate with every single morning, and I find that it really helps me to release energetic resistance, to magnetize my energy field for everything I desire, and really allow myself to clear my energy and be grounded in the day, in the moment. To access this subliminal completely free for 7 days, click the link in the pinned comment under this video. Thank you so much to each and every one of you beautiful souls out there listening today. I am so grateful to all of you for co-creating every piece of information that is contained in every one of these podcasts.